Hiya, hiya. I'm in the middle of making moussaka, and I got to come out here and do this little Reynolds Rap because I was watching Gayle King this morning on the CBS Morning News. I see they got another guy there who's like a would he be a monitor, a class monitor? He's standing there moving it along. He says, okay, that's enough of that, let's move it along. So they got a guy who's moving the stories along now because Charlie's gone. You know, Charlie Rose was on that show until his sexual acting out. And now they're down to 3 people on the table instead of like The View where they had 5 of them. So there's Gayle King, and the other girl is becoming Nora, is that her name? She's becoming the host of the CBS Evening News starting in the fall. They bounced Jeff Gore from Buffalo, which is, he's my patriot buddy. I don't want to see that. And I liked the other guy. I liked that Scott Pellett. He was doing the news for a long time. But somebody didn't agree with his politics, and he's the best one. He's the best guy because he's really seasoned and professional. And you know what he did? He did the news instead of telling you what you're supposed to know about gossip. He just did the news, that's all. I like that. I kind of like that. Anyway, I was thinking of Gayle King this morning talking about asses. There was someone who had anal cancer, and the husband had oral cancer. And I was kind of hoping they wouldn't put that together. You know, I'm a comic, but that is a stretch. Anyway, the anal cancer thing, they were delicate about it. They said, oh, you know, we're going to be using language like ass. They were afraid to use the word ass. You remember that movie with Victor Mature years ago about Samson and Delilah? I don't know if you're that old or if you ever saw it on rerun or on the Turner Channel. But, you know, Samson and Delilah, there was an emperor who said that all the troops with Samson, he said, we were defeated by the jawbone of an ass. And it was a donkey. Come on. The problem with television today is there's 7 words you can't use. Probably a few more, but they're certainly dancing around them now and moving. Pissed off has kind of got one of the words in it, and the F word is still. I don't know what's wrong with the F word. We use it so commonly now, but it's totally. It grates some people's nerves, maybe because we were raised that way to think that it was not for unlawful carnal knowledge is what it's supposed to be. And it was an English word, you know, but the English have the corner on the language. I think our English language is Germanic and then it's English. That's how it came down the pike. And we are now having a Pride Day in New York on Sunday for Gay Pride. And there are going to be more queens here than there are in England, of course, if you'll pardon the bad joke. But, you know, please don't pardon it. And, you know, having Donald Trump go on with his trip, every place he goes, he insults someone. It's like having Howard Stern in your pocket, you know. I mean, what are we doing? The guy goes somewhere and he insults someone. The opposite of what Obama did, he would go and kiss everybody's arse. Can I say that word? Anyway, we got a guy like Trump who's just definitely a personality. That's why he was on television, a television guy that became a president. You know, hey, I got a shot. Anyway, we need to go back to the time when we allowed equal time. People with no money could run for office because if a person with money got on television, the stations on radio and TV had to give him equal time. If you got on the air with a political announcement and you had no money, you had to have equal time. So they wouldn't have this 2-year advance sale that they got on these front row tickets to the elections. It's unbelievable how we have milked this country dry with politics, you know. And the big lie right now, I mean, there's a lot of them.